Hello, everyone. Hope you are having a good week so far. We are officially starting week 8. Today is Monday, March 31st. So we are past the halfway point of the class. Just a reminder that when you are on the home page, you can click on each of these elements here and please make sure that you are clicking on the weekly page, either by clicking on one of these links or scrolling down to click on one of the links below. You will have a to-do list over here on the right-hand side of your screen, but that does not always tell you everything that you need to do. And on the actual weekly page itself, I will often have additional information, important announcements, just extra kind of directions or links to things. So please make sure you are reading through the weekly page. If you're watching this video, you probably are, but just as a reminder. So let's do a quick recap. Last week was week 7, and you were finishing up the claim of fact essay. So I did give everybody feedback on your rough drafts. So please make sure you view that feedback and you take your tutoring feedback into account before you submit your final draft. Final drafts are actually due tonight by midnight. All right, so week 8, then. One thing I did put up here is that the last day to drop this class with a W is Thursday, April 10th. So if you are struggling, if you're missing a lot of assignments, if you just feel like maybe you've got too much going on in your life right now and you can't keep up with this class, please reach out to me and send me a message or an email. I'd like to talk to you about your situation and see if, we could work something out or see if maybe dropping the class at this point would be the best decision for you. So either way, just shoot me a message, shoot me an email, and we can talk about what's going on. All right, so this week we are now moving into essay 2. So please read the claim of value essay assignment page. So the first essay was the claim of fact. Now we're moving on to the claim of value. This is essentially a judgment that you are making. So usually claims of value are going to have words like right or wrong, good or bad, fair or unfair, just or unjust, words like that. So please read all of this, including the requirements, the organization, and then there are 2 videos here in which I dive deeper into the claim of value, including using Maslow's hierarchy of needs, because you're going to need to use Maslow's hierarchy of needs in your essay to prove your claim. So this is just diving deeper into the claim of value essay and what exactly you need to do and how you can accomplish that. Okay, next is related. So these topics and things that we're going to be reading about and discussing are all centered around the claim of value. So I would like for you to watch what you're going to read. First, step 1 is to read these 2 different versions of what's called the trolley problem, which is an ethical dilemma. Then you're going to watch this TED Ed video, which is just explaining in a little bit more detail about these 2 problems. And then you're going to write and submit. So you're going to write a short paragraph explaining what you would do in each of those situations and why. And then you're going to submit that to this assignment. All right, so that's due Friday, April 4th. Also due Friday, April 4th is this reading. So you are going to read and annotate. This is just a reminder from the syllabus that, this particular reading is on the subject of abortion, which is a very polarized issue and one that, evokes strong feelings on both sides of the issue. So, I really just want you to kind of remember that the purpose of this class is for us to think critically, think logically, consider people's arguments, right? And assess our own prior beliefs and, seeing, is there validity in this argument? Are there flaws in this argument, right? We're looking at this really from an argumentative standpoint, a logical standpoint. Are there points that are being made that make sense or that don't make sense? So try to come at it not from an emotional point of view, but from more of like an open-minded point of view. So you're going to read this introduction, just giving you a little bit of background information. This particular, I think it was, I don't know if it was a speech or an article, but it was published in February of 1983. So keep that in mind, right? This was 10 years approximately after the initial Roe v. Wade decision, which was made in 1973. So this was on the 10th anniversary of that Supreme Court decision that then President Ronald Reagan was making these statements. And then you're going to read this article. So if you click here or if you click the arrow, you can download it and that will pop up here. So you're going to read and annotate or take notes on this article, and then you'll submit your notes or annotations. So one thing to note is that right, since 1973. So this was between 1973 and 1983. The statistic was that approximately 15 million unborn children were aborted. That number is far, far greater now because it's been an additional 32 years since 1983. Sorry, no, not 32 years, 42 years since 1983. So I'm not exactly sure what that number is, but everybody's always, not everybody, many people are always surprised at that number. But again, that's just what it was in the 10 years. So keep that in mind. Okay, so read, annotate, or take notes and submit your annotations or notes. Then, so that's all due Friday. Sorry, this should say Monday, April 7th. You're going to, let's go to number 2 first. You're going to participate in this discussion about this reading called Abortion and the Conscience of the Nation. Please answer these 3 questions, and post your answers to the questions by Monday, April 7th, and then you're going to reply to 2 classmates by Friday, April 11th. And again, remember that this is an issue where people have strong feelings. We are going to be respectful in the discussion. If we disagree, we're going to disagree respectfully, politely. So please keep those things in mind. Okay. Also due Friday, April 7th. Sorry, not Friday, Monday, April 7th. This is confusing me, my own mistake. Is the claim of value topic proposal. So again, this is very similar to the claim of fact topic proposal. If you click here, this is going to prompt you to make a copy of this document in Google Docs. It's essentially the exact same format as the claim of fact topic proposal. And there's just a couple additional things. You're going to be considering who's the expert audience and who's the subject audience for the claim of value and the claim of policy. Those are described, I believe, in the Essay 2 assignment page and videos, what the expert audience is and what the subject audience is. So you have the choice of a topic here. If you would like some guidance, if you are not sure what you'd like to write about, again, you can always feel free to send me a message. I'm happy to suggest some ideas. But really, I want you to think about topics that you're passionate about, that you're interested in. Maybe it's related to a career path that you want to pursue or a personal experience that you've had. Something that you want to write about or you want to research. That's going to make this assignment the most, I think, educational and valuable and motivate you to do the assignment. So your choice on topic. All right, so that's it for week 8. All of the following weeks of the course till the very end have been published, so you can go ahead and look and access most of these assignments. Um, there will obviously not be the weekly video, but you can still just see what's, coming up and what's due. This one, this reading I need to add still, so just keep an eye out for that. But everything's published. Everything's also on the syllabus. So if you are planning ahead, you can work a little bit ahead, or just kind of, make notes of where things are going to be due. All right, that's it for today. So have a great week. Send me a message if you need anything, and I'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.